trying to fade in like the opposite of songs that fade out. Hello, everybody. Is anyone home and happy and weird? Yes, my laptop camera looks like poo-poo. Then again, not the prettiest face on there anyway. Forgive me a wee bit of the self-deprecating humor. I have resting monster face. Watch. Hey, I'm a happy guy. Yeah. I have been mistaken for furious when I was in a great mood. Okay, can I? Oof. Restart that page. Hi. I'm trying to have a backup. Got a better screen for seeing chat, so hopefully maybe some will happen. Of course, that computer is slower than Methuselah's bowel movement. I don't know if I made that up. I don't think the specific part of the bowel movement part. Okay. Maybe I'll leave it like that. Alright. Hello, boys and girls. Let's see if the picture over there ever changes. That's not great for contrast. Very pleased with how that turned out, though. All right. Well, I guess I should always remember to introduce myself. I'm Keith. I used to be an artist. And, well, I'm trying to become one again, maybe a maker. I mean, I still have an artist mindset. I still think of things as sculptures and, you know, that sort of thing. Yeah, that one is way behind, but at least it's going. I've seen that one on the screen before. The fade to blackness, or the fade to backgroundness at the bottom is kind of abrupt and needs work. Really, what we're seeing over here, nope, over here, here is works in progress as well. I'm a work in progress. We all are. It doesn't look like it took hours to make, does it? Amazing. That probably took less time because it was mostly a fractalization, I like to call it. Oh, but it's sneaking in an even number of petals. I like mine odd numbers. They gotta be numbers, they need to be odd like me. Oh my. Yeah. Gotta work on the transparent areas there. I like to leave it on one that is pleasing. I've also noticed that when I do a rainbow fan of color. I seem to like to have the image right. No. Good Lord, the image left. The image left side, the part closest to my thumb. There's a yellow. That's kind of where prenormantly yellow goes. Good Lord, maybe I'm doing streaming also to remember how speaking used to work. Unrealistic. May I turn this back on? Yeah. Turn that back on. So, what do we have today? Well, we have some show and tell. I'm making a video. I shot video of myself making these things. These things that were right there. Okay. One moment, please. Oh, look. A very old artwork. A still old artwork. Those two are mine. And my lovely mother, my very elegant mother, cross-stitched that for me. I love it, and I love her. Okay. What's he got? It's a popcorn bucket. Why are you possibly keeping a popcorn bucket? Bucket. Man, there is so much wrong with me today. Something slowly fell. It doesn't matter. Alright. I don't think I see any chatting. Let me make sure. La, 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 la. I put some opaque stuff behind the thin stuff, so being backlit is not such a problem. Is a problem. Boy, there's nowhere to put anything. I have got to organize my area again. I have been very lackadaisical about that because I never have guests in my home, my apartment home. But look, imagine how well my guests would eat if they did come to my apartment home. I think popcorn that size would be cool. It'd be hard. It might be hard to eat. Of course, everything's hard to eat when you're old and toothless. Let's see. Here's a smaller one. I always put them up next to my eyeballs to be clear on the size. I don't know. My hands aren't abnormally large. So there's a whole range of sizes. This one is almost small enough to seem. That's what I should put it next to. See? I think popcorn big like that would be amazing. No, it's not really. Oh, it's a piece in progress. Well, a lot of these are in progress too. You generally end up with 4 of these little flower bud I was trying to be clever, can't think of her name. Georgia O'Keeffe flower buds. 'Cause And I supposedly have a camera for showing things like this. Let's try this view. Here's a big one that's got a lot going on. Rather pleased with these. They look, I think they look a little bit deceptively easy to make, but this one closer to, which way is that light coming from? It is the east. Yeah, that would sure help. I don't know where the power switch is for that. I'm not even sure it has one. I think if it's plugged in, it's glowing. Here's one. The palm of my hand. You can imagine popcorn that size, can't you? Popcorn? I haven't listened to Tavis Dillard in a long time, but he likes to, his character pronounces it popcorn. Popcorn. I'm not sure those Georgia O'Keeffe attachments are the right size for that one. I mean, it is chaotic. Once again, we have a very large kernel, or main snowball, with the small appendages. These are a little bit better in proportion, I think. Like I'm a flower trying to bloom in snow. I need not to need love. Someone who reaches out to my weakness and won't let go. I need not to need. Yeah, that one is probably. I think actually I could probably rework it, but I need to saw off this end. There's aluminum foil inside these larger central areas. If you come in and visit, please just say hello and chat. You don't have to talk all day like I do when I join a chat. And I get in there and it's like, hey, thoughtstorms, why don't you let somebody else type something? Which is not what they say, because everybody else can still type something. This one needs another attachment. Anyway, so I kind of make these in modular. Here's one of the attachments in question. Not attached yet. Another of those. They are relatively easy to make. I haven't figured out a way yet to make the broken up, somewhat square bits where the outer shell of the kernel sticks to the swelling white mass. These are all just pieces. This is a pretty common form factor I've found when looking at popcorn, real popcorn, and I make a lot of it because you can stand it at least 4 different ways. Well, in theory, it's kind of a tetrahedron, and that's why it can have an even number of appendages. If you think about it, the middle part makes it. Let's come off. There we go. Wah, wah. Still having no luck with my other cameras, and oops, I've been doing other things than rearranging my lights and camera setup. It's a 3-on-1. Got a 4-on-1, but it's somewhat flattened. Let's see, the white background's not doing me favors. Which is, you know, kind of uncool because I did it favors all through college. Constantly doing it favors. I think when I make the appendages too lengthy, those happen sometimes, but I don't know. They're not iconic that way. So I thought maybe I would work on some of these. Ooh, I should have left the ones I want to work on the little table. That needs working. They all need working. Working like a gherkin because they're taking what I'm gherkin. What? Some words just shouldn't be allowed to rhyme. Working and gherkin. Wow, my black t-shirt is weirdly gray and amorphous. I tried some lighting things. All the lights that I own make the camera pulse like there's no chance of it tomorrow. There's some light. I don't see it pulsing at the moment. It's also like I'm being oh crap. Also like I'm being interrogated. Well, look at the night. Oh, I'm right next to the mic. I'm sorry. That was probably loud as hell. And then it got rather ASMR. Okay. So there's that. And I've shown these before. These were made with the plastic that heats up just in like coffee hot water. But you can also work them, as I was doing with this one, with a wood burning tool. And if I can find said wood burning tool, I may work on this. What do you call them? Mobius strip. Holy Mobius strip! Fart man. Once again, my favorite of the whole batch never could get it to act that way again. I still don't know why. I tried basically doing the same thing, and since that wasn't working, on this one I pierced it a lot, which might give my trypophobes a problem. Hope not. I'm a trypophile. Love that poo-poo. Love it. Using the L word. Not that L word. Not that L word. Not that L would. The letter followed by word thing is kind of interesting. I'll hear somebody say the word spelled I-N-W-A-R-D. I'm like, don't use the N word. Because I'm hilarious and those things sound tiny bit similar. But I know there's a lot of people, especially when they're talking about rap, especially white people. There's no other way to say it. Dan Harmon. His first name is Dan, right? Dan Harmon? Harmontown. Rick and Morty co-creator. Bits of the still not forgotten. Oh boy, it's dark. That's because I was showing white things. As yet not attached. These are reasonably strong, and I've been kind of looking at them as to understand how they are as strong as they are. But I have still got lots of loose ones. A good friend Jake, I'm not sure his Twitch name, Jake Martin or Jake Martins, with an S on the end. I don't know. Anyway, he makes custom keyboards now. I mean, I assume he's been doing it for a long time. And he said you can get these keycaps cheap on Amazon. They're not as fancy, but I don't need them fancy. And I looked on Temu and kind of surprised that they weren't cheaper than what they ended up being on Temu. Because you don't expect big dollar make you holler. Alrighty, hydrating. Hi boys and girls and cats and dogs. I need to curate these images better. Man, I get looking at them, thinking about other people looking at them, I'm like, they can't possibly see the 500 decisions, more than 500 probably. Better, worse, better, worse. Of course, some of them never got that much better. A little bit of hand drawing on that, mostly digital. All digital. Oh. It's using the 3D parts of Photoshop, and yeah, it has a long way to come. Another interpretation of my logo. I say my logo, it's technically a logo for Thoughtstorm. No, not for Thoughtstorms. I don't know. I guess maybe it is a chunk of Thoughtstorms. But Brainpunk Theater was going to be a live monthly improv performance, which I planned to shoot with at least one camera and then cut up for consumption on the internet. The idea of having a lot of these 7-toothed cog, you may see that brain is another of my autistic and artistic fascinations. These ones that look steampunky, I make individual elements, like that, the eye on the, well, there's an eye on either side, kind of. I make those individually, and then I've got a program that lets me do a sketch, and it tries to pull these individual things in to sort of make that sketch. It's hard to explain. And there's a very confused tree, which also looks like a bishop's crook. And there's more in that series. Oh. That's the same image with a different drop shadow, I think. So one of the reasons that these artworks are not very well vetted. That's not the right word. There's curated. I have to curate my own images because I end up with probably 1,000, possibly more than 1,000. Most of them are shite. They're terrible, or they're just not worth a damn. Anyway, my stupid phone, man. I got a 2-year-old Samsung, it was 2-year-old at the time, or 3-year-old, really, S10 5G, which was the nicest and biggest of the S10s. And in every way, it outshone the other ones. Every single way except one. 0 expandable memory or storage. You can't put in one of those little cards. So when my phone gets full, and I still want to work, my phone right now is still what I use to do video slideshows of my artwork where they transition. I've got a page war program there. So I can't really do the video making. I think that's 2 treatments of the same thing. Yep. Filtered a little different. And then a free stream influenced by. See, I like the way these transition one to the next. That is kind of the idea. I'm making some things that are kind of just twofold symmetrical, but I'm finding that if I show them even a slight angle, I like them a lot better. That's got a sideways face thing because these look like teeth. There's fractals in that unit. I'm not going to go through these one at a time all day. There's at least 100 in there. I like that one. That can stay. All right. Let me think about this weirdness we're doing. Working on marbling empty space, negative space, my favorite color, with positive space, sturdy 2-part epoxy putty, a little bit like JB Weld, only less metallic and more ceramic. It's self-hardening. This one didn't turn out very well because like that whole side there is basically just solid plastic and plastic resin. This side's kind of cool. If I can get my hands on a belt sander, I actually need a belt saw too, or just the use thereof. I want to cut into things like this that are boring and see if there might be something inside. Some of these spherical ones really don't want to give up the goodie, and they're heavy. This one has a really cool surface though. And I like the residue of the white behind. Here, I've got a water bottle. Let me show you what it looks like. What it would look like if I Mod Podged it, say, which would keep the white in place, and the contrast is very nice, I think, and very organic. Yeah, I'm really happy with those. Here's another one when it's dry. Just a few veins go fairly deep, and man, you get using a dentist's metal pick to try to dig stuff out, and it is difficult. Fly, be free. Where are we? Where are we? Oh. Man, got all these bendable booms, but they're not very flexible. I need better booms. La 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 la. The big one that was packed into a form. These building toys are custom made for, well, not custom made, but purpose made to make pentagonal dodecahedrons. So of course I like them, and I have enough for about at least 3, maybe 5 dodecahedrons from a thrift store for $2. But anyway, I did the black I want to say polymer clay. I've really not messed with polymer clay yet. I don't like the idea of having to heat it up, but I do like the idea of being able to work longer. These are very chaotic because I can't work very long with them at all. Anyway. I will spray this one as well. The white retreats a lot more on this one, I feel like. I don't know, there's large patches of the black, and you can't even see the oof. Come on. Chords. I have 8 billion chords. I should change the name of this from thoughtstorms to too many damned chords. What's with all these chords? This does make the cameras pulse a lot, but there's some better definition of this. Boop, boop, boop. Back there, kind of the inside is not that remark-worthy. You'll hear me say things like remark-worthy. I get a little pedantic, I realize, about, what words mean. Remarkable, I am able to remark about it. It doesn't mean anything. There's not a noun, there's not a person, place, thing, concept that you can't remark on. Therefore, the word remarkable is meaningless. What is it that Dash says in The Incredibles? When everybody's special, nobody is. Now, I will say unremarkable, because that is a wonderful insult. Yeah, I met George. He's unremarkable, which is a nice little built-in paradox, which is one of my fascinations I've settled down on. I don't really use paradox@poetic.com anymore. So if you leave me an email at paradox@poetic.com, it's not going to get read for 5 years. Anyway, it was my brand before I thought of thoughtstorms. There was no chance of getting paradox.com. I had thoughtstorms.com for a long minute. I've already shown this one. I don't remember showing this one. Let's try it again with some excessive light. Yeah, that's too much. That is TFM. I like that. I like making things that resemble, among other things. I've made quite a few artworks where the finished piece looks like something found on an archaeological dig. The early human made, or maybe not. It's like what force in nature caused the stone? Here, that sounds different. There's one more setting. It's a little less bright. What? Get wet at all. And if I Mod Podge them, they will be matte. Almost certainly. I don't. It's funny, on some, what do we want to call it, sculpture, we call it that because that's what it is. On some sculpture, I like gloss surface. I don't like gloss on painting, like glass over a painting in a frame. You're in a bright, well-lit, maybe even sunlit area with white walls, and instead of seeing the artwork, you're seeing a reflection of yourself, almost like a mirror. Not quite, a little bit ghostly. And I've seen some works of art that I honestly think counted on that and used it. Well, that's really hard to see now. Oh Lord, this is so... I apologize, you guys. I've got cameras out the yin-yang. Here's the camera. Not plugged in at the moment because it doesn't work. Here's the camera. Still plugged in because it didn't work. I have more. Shown at least one of these before. I don't think I'm going to be able to make this one work, is it? Oh, come on. The reason why wires are such a horrible thing. Here, let's show it on this. It's a 20x manual zoom? Optical zoom. But I think that one still runs on batteries, doesn't have a USB data cable. And then I've got a point and shoot. But look. I do have some polymer clay. Primo. Oven baked clay. Sculpey accents. And I have a selection of colorful Sculpey. I like being able to work with colored clays and mixing them together, especially like maybe marbling them together and then cutting them with a saw or something. Hand saw, really, you don't need much more than that. I like the idea of doing that because you can get something that's like marble or wood grain with a little bit of man-made to it, and you can have wacky colors. So I'm looking to do some of the stuff like that. That got dry quick. This guy here shows up rather well because the negative space is prodigious. That one was fun to unpack. It still looked like a clumsily hand-shaped tetrahedron before I started digging the clay out. Actually, I can reuse a lot of that clay. And I'm left with slip when I soak these and get the clay, get the soluble clay out. This one was a weird shape to begin with. I think I was running out of time because the two-part epoxy, especially this white stuff, sets up rather quickly. Let's see what it looks like with simulated Mod Podge. Seems like it, yeah. Even the positive space that's left behind seems to be marbled, slightly lighter than medium gray and almost white. But then there's the negative space. And this leads me to something I plan to try today. And that is to have 3 colors. Your black, your white. I know, technically those aren't colors. But technically, the third one isn't either. Negative space. It is a color in so much as it is my favorite color. People ask you favorite questions, and I realize, I mean, they're just trying to engage. They're just trying to, you know, get a conversation going. What's your favorite gymnastics event? I don't find it very useful. And I really don't find. What's your least favorite? What movie do you hate? What play was a total disappointment? I'd rather ask something like, what's a movie you saw that you really wish more people would see? Or, you know, absolutes bother me. Absolutely. How clever. That sounded a little tiny bit Jack Black there. And I'm not supremely mad at him. Hey, I've got that thing right there. No, not just right now. I've got a titanium bread knife, serrated, but it is a titanium blade, and therefore might work as a handsaw. Because I have one of these that's just soaking in the sink next to my bathroom. It's just a sphere, and it's the black and the white together, but I think I mixed it too much because it's just kind of gray, even wet. But I'm hoping that if I cut it in half, it might be a little bit like a geode. It might be really cool looking on the inside. In fact, I might even slice it, especially if I can get my hands on a tile saw. Anybody in the DFW Metroplex have a wet tile saw I might borrow the use of? I don't mean bring the tile saw. I live in an apartment. There's nowhere really to do that. Anyway, I think I'd like to like a CAT scan. Okay. Like a CAT scan. Okay, that didn't work out because it's not magnetic. So few things these days are such that a magnet will stick to them. I mean, I've got bad examples here because they're steel. They stick really well. But I've got this flashlight that I could use really, really well if it would stick to something. So I've got this pair of scissors, which helps me, you know, angle it and stuff. But I've tried putting that on one of my many tripods. Can't see that very well, can you? With no success so far. What else is wonderful? Still working. It's a work in interrupted progress. Progress is not moving along. Just occurred to me that it resembles a little bit an old-fashioned bathing cap or shower, like a swimming. I don't remember what they call them. Cap, swimming cap. I don't know. And here's one of those things that I never thought to soak. I was really running out of time. That was the last thing I made, I think. I need to put that with the others, so I think to soak it and see what it do. I think it'll fall into pieces. It's this is a weird example of how hard it is for me to throw something. For one thing, I slept with this. I know. It's not a couch. I slept with this every damn night. I had to replace it about 3 times, but I mean, at least 10 years, probably more like 15. I can't remember when my last CPAP machine gave up the ghost. I'd lost some weight, so my need for CPAP was a little less. Anyway, this was one of those over-the-head which was comfortable. Anyway, I feel like if nothing else, this rounded spring steel thing might be useful for something. And here we have an old draft of a 1-act play. I may try reading a page or 2 at a time, like Celebrity Baby Teeth or my Seth Meyers geeks, my fellow jackals. I never send in my jackal comments, but I always think he said that wrong. That's not what that means. He pronounced that wrong. Corrections. If you consume nothing from late night with late show with Seth Meyers, can't think of the name of his program. I watch every single clip that comes out. But anyway, the ones corrections. There's 111 or so of them now. No, not quite that many. Consume that. Give that a go, because that is some funny stuff. And it doesn't have a laugh track. It doesn't have a full live audience. It has a live audience of some writers, some of the writers that write some of the jokes that go into corrections, I think. I don't know, maybe Seth does them all. I'm not sure how I got on the subject of Seth Meyers, but I think he's one of the best in the business. Oh Lord, this is a really early draft. I was thinking I might read some of it, but oh, I hope I can find a better one. Hope I can find something better to read from. I'm not gonna try that right away. I have another piece. Oh, spam jelly. Hey, I know. Oh man, I thought I fixed my. I fixed my screen over there. Hey, I know you, I think. Well, Mr. Thoughtstorms' brother, how you feeling? Peter gave us a scare. More than one scare, technically, but you know. Oh Lord, all the toys. Where does he get these amazing toys? Dollar Tree and thrift stores. Or swinging in the big city. Oh, that's kind of mean. He lives in a much smaller city than I do. I mean, I guess it's bigger than Bedford, but you can tell the difference between Bedford and Euless, or Bedford and Hearst, or any combination of that. You're a better human than I, which likely you are. Good to see you there, Mr. Spam Jelly. Did I tell the story? I got a Facebook message from a dear friend of mine, long-time dear friend of mine. We compare games like Us. Come on, what are they called? Wordle, connections, that sort of thing. And she chimed in during a stream, and Spam Jelly, my brother, was here, and for one reason or another, what she texted me was, "I'm jelly," and she was meaning I'm jealous. You know, it's a hipster colloquial way to say I'm jealous. And I was like, oh, and I just told her that I was streaming, and she said I'm jelly. That's because I beat her pretty big time at one of the games. That one that really kind of dissolved, but still might come to something if I can sand it into a cool shape. Peter, you missed the popcorn on parade. I'll show you some decent and large ones. Wouldn't it be cool if popcorn really was that size? I think it'd be really kind of tasty, and occasionally you'd say, that's got too much thing, and you just go and make a mess. All over the theater. So I've been doing a wee bit of a show and tell, but I'm planning to make black 2-part epoxy sculpt and white 2-part epoxy sculpt. Get those ready to go individually. And the next thing I need to grab, which is the white water-soluble ceramic. So, Spam Jelly, if you will hold down the fort a minute, I will change to a screen that runs some of my artworks by. And I'll be right back. Ooh, too wet. Hang on. Oh crap. I just want to test my idea. I've tested it with one color epoxy sculpt mixed around with the soluble ceramic. Now I'm gonna do black durable, white durable marigold glove in my weirdness stuff. I don't know where I got it. I've clearly used it before, making something messy. It's not marigold colored. It's kind of filthy, but hopefully this will help me get this clay out of this. Lactose free. So hard to point. Lactose free. No sugar added. Anyway, don't have a lot of this stuff. I've got a bunch in a bowl over there that I overreacted about the dryness of it, and ooh, this stuff is super wet. I think I specifically put soapy water in this to hopefully make it easier to wash and remove. Yeah, this container is goner. Served its purpose. That's why I rinse these and keep them. They're decidedly one-use paper packaging, so they're reasonably responsible and sustainable and abundant, because that's about the only thing I can afford and eat without a lot of guilt, because I have to try to keep my blood sugar as low as I can. Well, not as low as I can get it, but actually I guess probably as low as I can get it is about right. Okay, that's really, by the time I mix up the other stuff, it will be a lot closer to ready. I'm just going to leave the screen like it is because my hands are disgusting. I'm going to wash the clay off. I got a big basin for that, so I don't throw it all down the sink. So talk amongst yourselves, ma'am, Joey, if you're still with me. Okay. Need not to need all of intuition. Someone who reaches out to my weakness and won't let go. I'm returning, putting on another glove. I wish I had a right hand marigold. That's my dominant hand. Behave. Oh, behave. That sounded like I was trying to do Austin Powers, and I can do better than that. It's not one of the ones I can do very well. Okay, ooh. I'm gonna have to open the white Fix-It. Ava's epoxy putty Fix-It. Ponte partivo, paesi che non ho mai veduto vissuto ponte. That sounds like crap. I thought I would do a little bit of elevator music. It's elevator music when I do it. And I don't really know the words that well. I just try to mimic the sounds. Where is that blind? Oh, yeah. That's. I've got to tear into the packaging. As I recall, these are not easy lids to get off either. At least they're labeled. Didn't label the two different kinds. It's not a big deal if you've only got 2 pots, but if you go through the stuff, you might have some. Doesn't matter. Alrighty, I'm gonna need glasses for this. Pardon this. Oh, pardon. Reading glasses hinge got trapped in the on the glove material. Okay, I've got this titanium bread knife, which I was mentioning I might be able to saw through some of these completed things to see what kind of tree rings they leave. It seems to be about the only way to get this damn lid to come off. Where is the lid? You know, I do need to mark these. And you don't necessarily know that I need to mark these, but I do. Part B. I'll put white. B. And white. A. So I don't mix up the lids. The thing about 2-part epoxy is if you get a little of it mixed up without meaning to, it can still cause the stuff to go wrong. Or, you know, can also make it go right. I'm saying if you do it. There we go. Boy. Oh, come on. What is the deal? Ooh. Yeah, it's not as bad as it's other brand. Oh, man. This is like... what am I trying to say? Can you see it? Honey butter. Trying not to get a lot of it on stuff. Well, that's going to be reasonably easy to get out. And no mistake. The other one's probably nowhere near. And I mean, these are old. They've been sitting lost. Well, misplaced in an art stuff box for literally years. I don't know how many. Well, okay, are we still broadcasting? Because my phone is jacking up on me, which is how I know if someone were to comments. Now, I guess that's all right. I'm not, I'm not gaslighting you, Peter. I just still got gloves on and wanted to see if chat was still working. Seems like it is. Yep. Alright, so I still got to perform surgery on the white A lid. La 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 la. People who make packaging, yeah, you want it to be affordable. I get it. Yeah. You might even want it to be stylish, but it needs to be really functionable. It needs to be possible to get in and possible to get out. Ziploc bags are almost a great idea, but so often the little loose flap outside of the zipper part, you can't get that apart. I end up blowing on it to try to get it to spread. Hey now. That is a thing that no one has said. Yeah, so make stuff. Ooh, this knife would probably do me a disservice if I were not careful. But because it's titanium, I'm trying to... Hey, maybe. I don't have it all cut loose. Cut loose! Yep. A little... Guys, this was a really avoidable fork up. What do you work for, Boeing? I love the name of the Boeing company. Boing, 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 boing. That's not the sound that your planes make when they hit the ground at excessive speed. Hey. Okay. Somebody. Oh, approved of advanced. Tried to do a link again. So approved advance. Send some words that aren't a link. Who are you? Where are you in the world? What do you do for fun? Are you a bot? And if so, do you happen to be from that really huge country in Asia, where so many bot activity originates? Boy, I didn't pronounce that very well. Well, I'm really from the North American continent myself. Yeah, he just came in and tried to post a link. Alright, well, a lot of streamers would get exceedingly mad at you. I'm not crazy about it, but... Alright, is that? That is, yes it is. Alright, so let's get some of that off there. And I could do that if I had, and I do. And I do. I thought maybe Spam Joey had posted a link. I get why people don't want links posted. It doesn't work out. I can't, even if I want to follow the link, I can't do it in the middle of my stream. Oh, not only is this titanium, if you can read that embossment, it actually says it's titanium. Anyway, it's also non-stick. Not the actually sharp part, but that gets kind of wiped off anyway. So I'm going to see if I can... See what I'm doing? Yeah. Get some of this toxic cake icing incorporated back into... Oh, that would have been bad. No, I stuck it in the wrong pot. I shouldn't have them both open at the same time. That is not best practice. For that reason, if not others. Come on. Yeah, this stuff is a little more like fondant or cake icing. And the other is like... Seriously, I haven't had honey butter in a long damn time, but I can remember it at places you can put it on your rolls. It's delicious. Honey butter. That's about the consistency of that. So I will get myself a quantity of this stuff, including, I hope, the part I just repatriated. This is not too bad. It's very sticky putty. Very sticky putty. Of course, this is a silicone mat. I have trouble coming up with the word silicone. It doesn't love well, the fact that there's silicone and silicone. Silicone. How am I gonna move this? I need a sturdy disposable spoon, because I think anything I use to dip this stuff out is going to get permanently messed up. So there must be, oh yeah, there must be something in my bag of tricks here. Y'all see this? Nope. Well, here's a bag of tricks. There's junk that I feel confident I can make art out of. And that was what I had to use. What about us? This is going to be really challenging. I'm using the handle of this dollar store thing with 5-fold symmetry and circles. I like it. I want to pour acrylic paint over it. And oh wait, is that where I want that to go? No, that's not where I want that to go. Let's just put it in here. And yes, I talked to myself. That was me talking to myself. I wasn't talking to my stream. One of the reasons I thought I would be a decent streamer, because I get a lot of practice narrating everything I do like it's a goddamn cooking show. We're gonna fold this in for 3 minutes, not longer than 3 minutes. It's always important to save the liver. Ackroyd, Julia Childs, can you believe it? Alright, Wow. Yeah, this is an obnoxious consistency. My theory is that this is just two-part epoxy with, Spam Joey loves it when I have theories. And each part has mixed into it cornstarch. I have cornstarch. I think I'm going to need to make this back into a putty. I'm going to go get some cornstarch. Give me one moment, please. I didn't know I would need it, so I didn't. Come on. Work with a person once in your life. Alright. Once again, post links amongst yourself. I'm hilarious. In fact, there are makers on YouTube, especially on the web, that make an air dry clay. I can't think of the word for it. Porcelain, something porcelain. And it's just, well, it's various formulas, but one of them is just cornstarch and the thicker, creamy hand lotion that comes in pots, kind of like a cold cream packaging. And once again, especially with necessary gloves, yeah, okay. Very hard to get into things. Come on. I'm actually making art for once in my stream. It isn't just chatting. Alright. So I guess if this completely does not work, my theory about it being cornstarch might be a bit dashed. Which I can live with. That's what I love about science, man. You try, I got a theory. Let's test this theory. Theory's no good. Does not stand up to rigorous testing, so never mind, sorry. I don't know if I got enough powder. I am getting some powder into the product in the packaging. I don't know if that's a very appropriate amount, but holy crap, this stuff is what I sometimes like to call a pain in the prostate. I'm going to leave the lid off. I've got ventilation. I've got a fan blowing right on me from way across the room. It's the best ventilation I can do at the moment. I'll open that door here in a minute. Just not with all this crap in my hands. So, let me think. Yes, except maybe not. Where are you? Right here. I'm going to save the part of this I like, that I got this for. There we go. I'll leave myself a bit of a stirring stick. Sail your sea, meet your storm. All I want is to be your harbor. I guess maybe this product is made to be a lot thinner, because it's called Fix It. It was, I think, cheaper. This is a lot like making goat brains. This is what Spam Jelly calls my flour and powder milk dumplings. It does, it strings very similarly. Yeah, it's not a bad mix. And I tell you what, I want this to set up, and this is what's needed to get it to set up. I'm gonna get the black stuff started before I go much further on that. Look at that. That is unbelievably undesirable, but it can be hard to avoid. I don't want to mess that up either. That, I thought I had some paper toweling. Well, how about if I put a little bit of powder on it so maybe it won't stick to something. Okay. Yeah. So that stuff can sit and set up as much as it's going to without yet combining while I get the black stuff. The idea here again is to have basically kind of black and white zebra stripe marble around negative space. I don't know if you saw the proof of concept things. Here's one of my favorites. Although it does kind of look like the poop emoji. Like a slightly stylized poop emoji. I never saw the Emoji Movie. I think Patrick Stewart played the poop emoji, did the voice. I love the fact that he's game for that kind of stuff. I really do. It's badass. Alright, here goes the other stuff, and it's a lot less pain than the prostate. There's a bunch of flakes of that stuff. I don't know if I need it, but I'll dump it on my... I got the wrong glasses on? I think I might. It doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. I'm going to label this stuff. Yuck. Okay, yellow on white is no use. White on white would be no use. Oh, come on. I can't really get to the other one, so I'll make it black. It's fine. I see a red door and I want to paint it black. BLK. A. BLK. B. Sounds like BRB. Be right back. After these messages, we'll be right back. Now this stuff is not so pasty, so overheated jam texture. So I should be able to get it with just wooden implements. I know I have some. Yeah. This is gonna not just teach me to, but force me to organize my area better. Got a broken chopstick ought to work. Ooh. It's gonna break again. That stuff's very stiff. The A of the black is, or no, sorry, the B of the black is less stiff, less firm. I think maybe I'll make less of the black than I'm making of the white. Oh, how interesting. No. Well, okay. It just occurred to me I could put white A with black B. And it's almost certainly the same materials, because it's the same brand, bought at the same time. And then I would know when it reaches a nice gray, medium gray, that it's mixed up. And another cool thing about that is, especially on camera, white stuff and black stuff don't look good. You have to be a genius at lighting stuff. Peter, I wish you were closer by. I would really love some of your videography expertise. Man, Billy's worked in one kind of video production or other for most of his adult life, I would say. Wouldn't you say? I know you may not still be here, and that's fine. It really is. A lot of the times when I talk to myself, which, as I say, I do a lot of, I pretend I'm talking to someone else. Wicked stepfather. Let's have a discussion about some of the poo-poo that you're doo-dooing. So it doesn't happen in real life, and nobody has to get their feelings extraordinarily hurt. Black A, black B. Ooh, wow. And these tops, man, these aren't that hard to get off after the first time. Getting them to stay down is a pain in the dick. I didn't want to use prostate again. I like my expression, pain in the prostate. Well, no, I'm not going to do that. Okay, so that's ready to go, I think. I'm gonna see what's going on with the white before I commit to making the black stuff. I'm gonna try my cooking recipe. See, that stuff's gonna be hard to get off even though it's silicone. I basically need to get it to set up in order to. Yeah, that's the right stuff. You know what? I'll tell you what. Getting that to set up is desirable so that it comes off of the silicone. So I'm going to put just a little bit of that stuff without touching it to this stuff. Alright, here we go. Can you see what I'm doing? Probably not. I need a GoPro, I guess, on my head. I don't know. That would give you all motion sickness and whiplash and diarrhea and sclubbies. On a very memorable day in U.S. history, reasonably recent U.S. history. I was in a good mood that morning and started a humorous post on Facebook. And I think the thing was just big text that said, side effects may include ... And I encourage people to make up funny side effects, a la running Colbert gag. Putting some more flour in here. Cornstarch. No, I don't have a respirator on. This stuff is declared non-toxic. When I used this brand's other thing in the past, I didn't even use gloves. I'm using gloves now. We'll see. I've already had my 3/4 life crisis. I'm not trying to keep the body in mint condition, although we do need to do better, don't we, Mr. Jelly, Mr. Spam Jelly? I never finished that story. She wrote, my friend wrote to me, I'm Jelly, because of a game. So I beat her. This is nice and soft. But it's, I think, firmer than it would be without the white stuff. I keep stopping my own stories. I'll get better at this, I hope. So I said I'm streaming, and Spam Jelly, him own self, had already chatted on stream. And so I thought, is she on stream using the name Spam Jelly? How does she even know the name Spam Jelly? It wasn't that hilarious, I guess, but that sort of thing happens a lot when you come up with creative names for stuff. Okay. It's going to be hard to determine when this is well incorporated. And yeah, I know, I use $15 words when 30-cent ones would probably... I utilize them. Sometimes I buck the trend. I don't like the word utilize. There's, I think, one, maybe two very specific exceptions where the word utilize doesn't mean the exact same thing as use and contain such different number of syllables. This is going to be more white than black, but I'm okay with that. That sounds terrible. That was racist. I'm sorry. I didn't mean it that way. And I think I've already gassed on a little bit, but not everybody's going to watch the videos on demand. I decided when I got out of any threat of English classes where they're going to grade my spelling, I decided, there's nothing stopping me from spelling English words the way the rest of the world spells them. And so I decided to do that. And it's been a gigantic unpleasantness ever since. So I've got a text thing going across the top. I am not a stand-up comedian. I am an improv performer in comedy, drama, and sometimes even music. If no one is chatting, it will get pretty calm/dull, which is fine. I guess that's, yeah, that's okay. Yeah, I've got vastly different quantities here. I'm basically okay with that. I'm just doing the fold and snake and fold and snake. Like the two different colored hands. You'll notice in my orange hand, oh, come on. See, this is too sticky to work with my hands, and that's the whole idea. And now I've started this black stuff on a countdown. It needs more mixing, but I'm going to hold off. I'm going to try to get some more powder in this. Didn't anticipate this. Not super happy about it. Although, this also kind of reminds me of what I imagine Bondo is like, mixing up on a plate, like I've seen people do on YouTube. I've never messed with it myself. I had a friend in a sculpture class that used it on a sculpture, but I didn't get involved with that. Where are you, Greg Tipton? What are you doing? I see him on Facebook from time to time. Yeah, I still occasionally go to Facebook. It isn't the absolute worst thing that's ever happened to humans on the planet. It has its good points sometimes. I'll tell you what, I was already pretty mad at the virtual reality company that they bought out. Oculus. I was already a little mad at Oculus. One thing, the Oculus 2 that I bought. No, I didn't buy the Oculus 2. I bought the Oculus 1. About 30 minutes before Oculus 2 came out. Higher resolution, better quality in basically every respect. And $100 cheaper. Thank you guys. Appreciate it. You're probably not going to support the one I bought anymore. And I've not been able to make it work. I bet that's hard to understand me when I get all shrill like that. This is a little better. A little more like bread dough, but it's going to absolutely just destroy these gloves. If you want to destroy these gloves, stick this to them and then throw them away. I like that song. I remember the first time I heard it, I was driving. It was in one of my driving jobs. I've done mostly driving jobs for the last couple of decades. I drove railroad employees, workers about and around to their train yards and sidings and you name it. It's a fun job, terrible pay, terrible company. It might have been in that job. It was the first time I heard, if you want to destroy this sweater, pull this thread as I walk away. I think that's very clever turn on the trope. I'm out to do it. I'm out of here. Anybody remember that? Comment in the dooble-la-dee if you know I'm out of here came from. Alright, well this stuff is still going to be really, really, really sticky. I'm hating this already. Have I? Oh, I did. I did put the stuff that's supposed to make this harden, so this should start stiffening. Problem is, then I won't have very long to work it. Alright. Marigold down, marigold down. I repeat. I should have put, I should have, and still maybe can. Both hands. Yes, I'm making a mess. That is one of the glories of being an artist. Alright. Can I get this to act anything like a putty? By the way, if you're just joining us or whatever, I've read absolutely nowhere that cornstarch is the stuff. But you can mix cornstarch with lots of different things and make an air drying clay. And it's not been recalled like the talcum powder that baby powder used to be made with. I think some countries still use talcum powder for that purpose. Ceramists use it. It's useful in various clay formulas. Oh wow, this is annoying, and it's so goopy that it's not gonna. It's not gonna intermix well with the basically opposite not color. Let's be pedantic. Value. I didn't want to say black. I'm going to mix well with the blacks. Damn it. Well, that's an annoyance of immense proportions. I am going to try some more cornstarch. It's getting harder and harder to... Yeah, I've already got some epoxy on the side of it, but it's going to eventually set up. Give me extra grip. Yeah, this is annoying. This is far from excellent. So if you ever wonder if two-part epoxy can be run through a pasta machine, I wouldn't recommend it. And end up with a sculpture the shape of a pasta machine. Good Lord, I'm so sticky, and it's probably, I don't know how long I've been working it since I combined them. Alright, that is approaching clay-like. And if I have veins like a vein of gold and a gold line, if I have veins of powder in there, when I'm rinsing all the clay out, they'll become negative space also. Good Lord. This, I tell you what, I wouldn't be a bit surprised if a lot of YouTubers, art streamers don't try things for the very first time on stream. I had not opened these bottles. Oh, come on. I am no neat freak, but getting stuck as if you're in a La Brea tar pit is not, it's not good. I don't like it. Alright, so I've got this stuff on my hands, and I need to mix up the black some more. And I kind of want the white to mix into the black some anyway, so I'm gonna do that now and see how they interact. Ooh, that's interesting. It kind of didn't. It's not in love with sticking to the. You know, I will not have art supply racism. Ebony and ivory live together in perfect harmony. Of course, this ebony is going to be charcoal-y. You see the stripes you get while you're combining different colors. And that's just the stuff that was stuck to my glove. But it is mostly on the outside. And this stuff is all going to be solid. It won't, there's nothing in here that will dissolve away unless there's more cornstarch than I intended. Well, let's see if, oh, don't do that. There's so many things I really like about epoxy sculpt, but I am not at all happy with the stuff that you cannot use like a putty. It won't allow it. It does kind of clean up the glove. Sniff the glove. Now the reference or the comments, I'm never going to get a comment on a lot, but I'm getting views. Sometimes really surprising, sometimes only very mildly surprising, because I watch all of these afterwards to see what I put you guys through. Alright, so now we've got an interesting and somewhat ugly mix of the two formulas. Dang it. And the black is just getting dissolved into, well, of course the powder, no. Yeah, this is just going to be a dirty white color. Of course, I might paint these things. I might get my spray, my airbrush. Oh, there we go. There's some zebra. Oh, I've never worked with this stuff when it was so inordinately sticky. Oh, come on. Well, I'm going to leave this on here and try rolling the, this is now the ceramic. It's not truly porcelain, but it's a very light gray and has very little grog to it. Grog is like larger particles put in on purpose to make it stronger, and I forget what all the uses were for grog. I didn't like it much. So when I took a ceramics course at the first university, I mentioned that, and I said, you know, what would clay be like without any grog in it? And she said, well, come in this weekend and help me clean the bread mixer, and you can find out. And so I did, and I love the stuff. Sadly, a big bucket of it dried up over the summer, and happily that dried stuff carved a little bit less easy than, have you ever carved ivory soap with a knife? It was kind of fun to carve with sharp blades, and Yeah, I'm going to try not to incorporate it a lot more than that. Yeah, I carved some things out of that dried stuff. I mean, it had been dried for, a long, long time. We still rested it on a hot kiln for a while to make sure all the water was out before we fired them. And there might have been pockets of air. There probably were pockets of air in there. And therefore, trying to do this in front of the camera has me mechanically disadvantaged, and my shoulders are killing me. Alrighty. I'm gonna flour on my table. I'd like to at least get a decent tetrahedron. I'd like to try maybe for an octahedron. I'm doing too many tetras. This may be loud on your microphone, sorry. Let me think. Tetrahedrons, the triangles come together four at a time. So let's start that. Start one corner. How many corners does an octahedron have? Let's see, 3. I think it only has 6. Yeah, I think it's got 6 corners. My polyhedron has 6 corners. 6 corners has my polyhedron. And if it had 8 corners, it would be a cube and not a cubes are polyhedrons. But it wouldn't be an octahedron, which is what I'm trying to get. Oh, that's 3. That's 3. That's not right. Oh, I don't like being rushed. Other kinds of clay you can take your time with. I do love how some of the accidental marbling stuff happens. I guess I'll try to make it a really stylish tetrahedron, since that's easiest with this rapidly setting material. Alright, so I'm gonna see, it's not real hard to get a tetrahedron started. You got 3 fingers and a thumb. I guess you could do both sides thumbs, but and then you put it back here and you center this up. Extraordinary. Get me started on Monty Python stuff. Ooh, coming up on 2 hours. I'm actually doing art, so my stream's not short. Yay! 2 hours watched by a brother and a bot part of the time, which I'm so pleased that my brother's watching. I don't give a damn about the bot. Now, that's getting it reasonably flat, but what I want to do is take it even farther and really smoosh the center on all 4 sides and start making it to where it's almost like an impossible bit of origami, like paper. I have one from the first time I tried this basic idea. And I don't mind the fact that it's cracking. That's some guaranteed negative space. And some of it's going to break when I go to cleaning it. That's just going to be par for the course for this weird art or craft or what have you. I have very little use for the distinction between the words art and craft. Ooh, look. Oh, wow. That's got some really nice figure to it. Some of these looked so cool that I almost didn't want to soak them and take the white out of the black because they look so cool. Something? I don't know. Yeah, I'm infamous amongst my family and probably friends too for talking a lot. And if I run out of reasons to talk, I'll just start counting. I don't think I'll do that. Oh. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I only went as far as 10 with Russian numbers. Well, this is still really, really soft. This feels like bread dough. Maybe bread dough that's a little too dry. So the problem with that is, if I set it aside to start curing, when it's this soft, it's going to have a flat, oh, wow, it's going to have a flat surface. So I need to put something under that. How about I wad it up? It's not a tissue, it's kind of a more durable, reusable type of not toilet paper, paper towel. Okay, I already kind of like this. It's weird, but I like it. Ooh, and I've got still got some white over there that is going to want to set up rather stony hard. So I will see if I can. Okay, now it's doing the thing where it doesn't want to stick to itself because of the, what do you call, flour, cornstarch. I was trying to say potato starch. You can buy potato starch, can't you? I wonder if there's any virtue to that over cornstarch. Guess it depends on your ethnicity. Oh no! He used not a racial stereotype exactly. So that's I mean, I could make little wormies for the mask with some of this. I'll leave a little aside for that. And what you call it, may not want to stick, although I think it will. I think it will stick probably just fine. And eventually I'll be sealing the entire thing. So we have a smaller snake. No real plan for the shape to make. I'm not making a dodecahedron because those are hard. And putting this in a mold would be nightmare. Nightmare. It almost feels like a Newtonian liquid? It might be, because the easy way to make non-Newtonian liquid is to mix water with cornstarch in the right amounts, and when you slap it, your hand comes away easy, and it looks a little bit like a memory foam commercial where they leave a tiny little handprint. But if you put your hand in it slowly at all and then lift it up, it comes up like hot taffy or somewhat dry pancake syrup. Might be getting some black in this, that's fine. Oh, I don't think the shape that the tetrahedron is taking is so bad. What to do with this? I could make it sort of a pancake, but then I need a big place to put it. I will probably wrap up the stream here, well, let's say 20 minutes or so when I get done with this, partly because I don't think cleaning up the things that really need cleaning up is going to be that fascinational. Yeah, so stuck. So very stuck to the gloves. I don't know. This might not be as bad on bare hands, but I'm not risking it. I'm somebody who has weird reactions to vinegar. Vinegar, especially when it gets on my skin rather than inside of me, but also that way, gives me the DTs. Delirium tremens. It doesn't give me DTs, but it gives me bugs are crawling all over me. Oh, that's a good song. I've got the wrong one stuck in my head, so I can't launch into it. Give me a drink. Nathaniel Ratcliffe and the... Oh no, what? He's got a cool band name. I can't think. I'm multitasking. And science is tending to say that, yeah, we think we're good at, even those who think that they're good at multitasking are pretty much wrong. It's a lot more efficient to say, okay, I'm putting aside 45 minutes to work on this because I can finish it, and then I can move on to something else, rather than trying to do all things all at once. That's what there's a bunch of science saying. Boy, this is turning into a dumpling. Or kind of back into a dumpling. But that gives me a chance to try this kind of stretched ribbon. Gee-bus. Yeah, this is a little maddening, you guys. I hope my frustrated noises haven't been too loud on the boom mic. I'll see what kind of snakes I can get. I'm going to test them on something other than the mask, because I kind of already know that the mask is going to turn out to some extent. Good Lord. Hating the gloves, although I still believe in them. Especially with this stuff, because it's still so... Can't roll it because this blue glove just It gives up the ghost. Alrighty. I'm gonna make a snake just by just by letting go of it. I didn't let go of it, it let go of me. It's so fluid that it will just I swear to God. I guess I'll say don't try this at home because, for one thing, it's too messy. You'll have to just get rid of your home. That's not a very funny thought. I've got to find a place to move. And as often happens with stressful events like a move, I'm having a shingles outbreak. My atypical shingles. It's not even shingles, but it's chickenpox related. I'm just going to try to make an interesting little weirdness. I got to give this some dimension. Like a bacon strip. That's what she had. Oh no! He said that thing that he shouldn't have. What the heck is wrong with him? Heck is wrong with him? He's talking about bacon strips and he's cleaning up hell to heck. There's a title of a... Oh, God! Sorry. There's a title of a BC comic book, a book containing a bunch of BC strips. You know, the caveman comic. And I love the title. He's on the wheel and he's looking at the camera, looking at the viewer and saying, "Where the hell is heck?" I really liked that when I was younger and hell was, I don't know, less welcome. I'm going to try with some rubbing alcohol to clean these gloves up a bit. And I'd like to do that over some kind of catching thing. Huh. I don't think anybody's in chat. Alright. Good God. No longer have the fan blowing my way. Ooh. Yeah, that was a goner. Who knows, maybe the winter goals will work. I don't know. I guess that's the beauty of saying who knows. I don't know if you can still hear me. I should speak up probably, use some of my theater training. Alright, I'm going to shuck these gloves and clean my hands. And call it a day. I don't know, I might try that. Yeah. Lord. I might try again. I might try again the game, the online game where you look at 5 pictures and you guess what year they were taken and what location they were taken. Interesting stuff. And yeah, you are never going to use the game. I gotta wash some stuff off my hands. Can't now. Okay, kids, I'm back. Coming back. I need to hydrate. I didn't want to get my water bottle all messed up. You're a big old thing of crap and I hate you. I don't know, I just knocked something over because I'm walking around with reading glasses, which gives me basically zero, what do you call, depth perception. If I look over them, I'm okay, but looking through them, alright, a bunch of paper toweling I can use some more later. I don't know if you can see how much white I got on my black shirt and pants. Because you're mine, I'll walk the line. Was that him? Johnny Cash. Because you're mine. I hear the train come. I hurt myself today. That is a fucking wonderful thing. Such a great cover. Proof that covers are not evil. Sometimes they can surpass the originals. Oh, you can't see it, but I was tweaking the shape of the kind of still flimsy tetrahedron. And I still haven't put any water in my head. I'm dehydrated. Get me to the hospital. I've gone to the hospital for dehydration at least 3 times. Nah, at least twice. And it was never because I don't like to drink water. I don't drink alcohol. Hey, that's a topic for a different stream. We're already 2 1/4 in, and I wanted to do a little bit of webby stuff. Just a little. Let's see, I don't want that one. I want that one. It's not really necessarily it either. Screen share. Browse. Damn it. Let's see if I can. I'm not seeing. Oh Lord, that's not moving. Neither is that. I can't see the stream. Can anyone else? I'm just the one making it. And I make it with 100% recycled electrons. Alright, well, you're enjoying the muted purple and white. I tell you what, it's funny. That effect looks a lot like the consistency of this pain in the ass white fix-it. I'm going to get in touch with them and say, hey, did you mean to make it honey thin? Because, you know, like, I don't understand. I don't understand. Alright, there's a win taken. You can't see it yet. I'm gonna make it so, though. I'm gonna make it if I have to. Okay, so this is... come on. Window capture. Schindler. We may be in Germany. That isn't what I asked you to be. Oh, here we go. Maybe. Yes! Okay. Ooh. And it's getting it. And my face is covered, but you know what? For the moment, I'm going to leave it like that. So, I don't know if you guys have ever read John Green or Hank Green, the Vlog Brothers, or seen any of their great content, but John Green was live on YouTube and playing a similar game to this when taken. And the guy who, well, I shouldn't spoil it. Nobody, yeah, I'm going to spoil it. He's a big soccer fanatic. And the guy who created the, I forget if it's GeoGuessr. I don't think it's GeoGuessr. I think there is a GeoGuessr, and then there's something else that he did. Anyway, he's the creator of that game, and he was in chat at the beginning, and he said, I sent you an email. Oh, I haven't seen it yet. Anyway, long and short of it is, he got to the 5th picture, and it was a picture of him on the football pitch, holding up a, oh, you can't see me anymore, holding up a Wimbledon scarf, because he's a huge Wimbledon head. Okay, let's try the game here. That didn't exactly work. Let's try this. That's better. Schindler! Looks like a, very possibly a factory, which Schindler was running a factory. Ooh, what does that say? Something balloon. R, I can't make it out. Rational balloon. I'm sure it's not rational, but I'm not ready to accuse it of being irrational. This is grainy. This looks like it was taken on film. What if this was like a walkout? Oh, I can't. That's just the name. Schindler. Schindler. Sunday. Schindler just means, don't put your paper cups on the sign. I know it's a protest, but be nice. Alright, I don't have a lot to work with, except I'd be amazed if this is a digital, even an early digital. Not zooming in on the butt. I was hoping to see some text on the bag. That looks like a soundboard. Electronic sound switcher. None of the colors seem very modern. I don't see a smartphone. You can't always go by that, but they're good to look for, because once you do see one, it's like, they're there. Star Trek fans. Okay, so I'm going to say 70s, mid to late 70s, and I'm going to ask Google where Schindler headquarters is located, so I can maybe get a little closer than just Schindler corporate headquarters. Ebikon, Switzerland? Schindler Group headquarters. Otis Worldwide. Now, I've always wondered that is, okay, they've got headquarters all over the place. Napoli. Well, I like the logo, Schindler's logo. Shoot. I'm gonna sneeze. There I am. I like the logo. It's very much like the IDIC from Vulcan. Infinite diversity in infinite combinations, I think. Anyway, is Schindler a big company? So, I can't even guess Germany with primary. Oh, that's right, I can't do that. Primary. Because this phone is feeding the projector, which lets me know if anyone's chatting. I think. I don't think this refreshed in quite a while. Primary Schindler corporate headquarters. Okay, the AI thing. Morristown, New Jersey. I don't think so. But, you know, the internet is biased toward the U.S. Alright, I'm just gonna throw it in Germany. Oop. Get my prompter working again. It's not working well, but it was working. Alright, go away. Okay, looks like I'm still going. 2 viewers, that's probably just me at the moment. Oh. There we go. Can I see the chat? Welcome to the Thoughtstorms chat room. Time for another gibberish test. Gibberish test. Yep. Looks like it's darkening outside. Anyway, Schindler. Yeah, I'm gonna just say 1977 in that place that we like to call Germany. Oh, Germania, that is not how this goes. I don't think it'll be in Berlin. I feel like Germany's a little more spread out. That things actually happen in Hamburg and actually happen in all these various locations. So Hamburg sounds fine. I'll just stick it outside of there. So my nose is running. I know, gross. And right after I re-enabled my pentagonal camera. La 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 la. Okay, 89. A crowd of East German refugees gathers outside the refugee center in West Berlin. So I was 12 years off and 100 56 away. That's 170 out of 200. That's respectable. So if y'all don't know the Green Brothers, the Vlog Brothers, check them out. Vlog Brothers, Hank Green, John Green, SciShow. They run all kinds of things. They do most of what they do for charity. Tuberculosis, they would like to bring an end to the biggest killer globally. It's not murder, it's not car accidents, it's not smoking. Combine those together, it can't go toe to toe with what do you call TB. John Little and Company Limited. Got an ampersand, a fancy CO, and a limited with the TD raised up. That's kind of fun. I could probably text that with my phone keyboard. Don't know how to do it in my computer. John Little and Company. I mean, this is I was gonna say, I can't tell if these are motor cars. Maybe some of them. Reminder to take medicine for my shingles related. Yeah, some of these are not horse-drawn, but some are. Hey Google, what year did the Model T come out?
1908. On the website corporate.ford.com, they say the Model T is Ford's universal car that put the world on
Hey
wheels.
Google.
The Model T was introduced to the world in 1908.
Stop. I may have triggered other people's smartphones, although if they answer to Google, they're not very smart. Although they were pretty good for a while. Got me to where I used them a lot, and now I hate them for the most part. John Little and Company Limited. John Little and Company Limited. Department store, that's going to be all over. Was the oldest department store in Singapore. That says Singapore as well. Singapore's kind of cool. Oh, I wish I could. I'm not sure I can pronounce their channel name. The Neo Kalelems. This couple in Singapore that play ukuleles and sing, and they're just the sweetest. They're excellent. The man was actually in the live action Avatar of the Last Airbender, which got crapped on a lot. I didn't think it was that bad, and he was definitely not bad at all. You also check him out on Twitch. Neo, Neolele. Kalalims, something like that, something close to that. Neo. You might just search Neo, Neo, and Lim, Lim. That's the couple's two names. That's what they base their name on. So all I'm finding so far is stuff about Singapore. So I'm going to put it in Singapore. Why not? Already decided on a year. 19 and 10. Still transitioning between horses and engines. And I don't mean Native Americans. Singapore! Singapore. A tiny, tiny city nation we adore. I got some real problems, political problems, and Neo and Lim are pretty active in trying to fight that. 10 years off. It's late. Spot on with the location. Only 4 miles away. That's good. Woo! 185 out of 200. That was round 2. Here we go with round 3. I see spheres. I love it when I see spheres. I think they might be painted. Nope, they're not painted like globes. Oh. Alright, I never know if it's Russian or possibly that other place. Zelensky land. My neighbors are making my apartment smell like food again. Huh. Sometimes it's not pleasant because it smells like something burning. And that's kind of distracting. And none too cool. I'll put something under the cha 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 put something under the blue mat so that this weird bacon strip that has completely collapsed will have at least some three-dimensionality. I can test various ways of carving it, I guess. Anyway, okay. So, Ukraine. I don't know what Ukrainian looks like. Ukrainian writing. Osram, that could be out of anywhere. Those are sponsors. Celebrate diversity. I mean, I guess these balloons are representing a flag, and there's kind of that same flag. By the way, when John Green plays a similar game to this online, it's not boring, but that's because people are throwing out ideas. But sound like I'm blaming you, and I'm not. Boy, it looks like that whole thing is backwards. It really does. I mean, I know some of the letters are backwards, like the R. So I think maybe it's not backwards. But I haven't seen anything in English to verify. Also haven't seen anything terribly modern, like a, what do you call a phone? There's a surveillance camera, looks like. Yeah, oh good lord. Bunch of them. So this is at least probably 1980, but I think later. I don't know, were they doing the little tiny backpack purse long ago? I don't see a single. She might be looking at a handheld device, as might this person, although they might be looking at their food. So, anybody in chat know whose flag that is? And is it supposed to be green or blue? Solid colored flag with a yellow lion rampant with crown. That's not it. Not it. Not it. Not it. Not it. It. Not it. Not it. I remembered on the fly that rampant is what you call when they're up doing the kung fu maneuvers. None of these have. Well, he's got a crown. Different tail, and the tails matter, I believe. I did just a little bit of reading up about heraldry. And I don't just mean the improv form. That one's on a white, on a red background. You can't see what I'm looking, the images I'm looking up. It won't let you. I don't have the way to do it yet. I'm going to say solid. I wanted to speak into it because I never know how to spell turquoise. There it is, my predictive text to the rescue for once. Solid turquoise background, because that's what color I'm seeing. Turquoise. Nope. It may not be a nation flag. I didn't say nation flag. I said flag. Yes, so far this is not. A lot of similar lions, but most of them don't have a crown at all. Okay. That's a little disappointing. And thirst-provoking. Come up on 2 hours, 40 minutes. Can you believe it? Because I cannot. Alrighty. Change turquoise to foam green. Does not work. Now, so many flags have the rampant lion. That sounds rude. You're a real rampant lion. Yes, I am. Okay, no help for me. I was looking at the tails because, like I say, the tails style seems to matter. Yeah, I'm not finding dick. Scotland always seems to put their white cross on a blue background. Don't think they would stray that far. Well, let's look for other clues. I wish I could type that into. You know what I can do though? I'm going to do it. I'm going to take a picture of just that bit of text. If it'll let me. Oh, it's in selfie mode. Hello. Capture. I don't think that took. Cheese. Damn it, it doesn't want to waste film. So if the camera is moving, it won't shoot. Finally, and yes, I am going to do an image search, but I only did this much. Well, you can see how much is on the screen. And I actually learned today, this morning, of a different web page other than Google image search. Can't think of the name of it. Top of my head, it's kind of a cool name. Okay, oops. What are you doing? Hey. Lviv Brewery was founded in 1715. Ukrainian to English. Ha ha ha! It not only translated it, but happened to tell me where it was. I know where Lviv is. I'm not sure how to pronounce it, but it was the country I mentioned. The country I so want to be, eating breakfast or dinner. Okay, I need to. Oh yeah. There's that line on the darker blue, but that's still. Ah! I even know this flag. Oh. Someone's being uncool. I even know that flag. So that was silly. But for the year, I don't feel like I've seen anything drastically modern. And I'm not going to take a poop on them and say that they don't have any modern things. So I think this might be pre-turn of the century. I don't know if that's a cigarette, phone. He's not looking at it. Nobody is looking at a phone. Official lighting partner. Not lightning. No. I doubt anybody's chatting. I can't see it anymore. Alright, so I'm going to lock in the country. My country is lovely. Well, it's by Russia. Sadly. There's Kiev, but I want Lviv. There you are. Lviv is close to Poland. Close to the Polish border. I'm just going to stick it sort of near the town of Lviv. Once again, like Futurama alien lady. Are we pronouncing it right? Who knows? I'm going to say 2005 for my guess. Really worked a long time on that one. Got distracted. Alright, 12. Eurovision Song Contest. I don't know a lot about Eurovision Song Contest. I love the comedy movie with Will Ferrell and who was the female? Can't think. Oh, the stuff's already hardening. It's not quite hardened yet, but that looks so cool. I don't know if I'm even gonna soak the water-soluble clay out of it. I heard something, but I think it was my phone. Okay. I probably shouldn't be hearing anything on my phone. So 12 years wasn't great. Kiev, Ukraine. Hey, just because the beer company, which by the way, I think that's what the logo was. So 165 out of 200 for that one. Only 2 more photos and I'm gonna go off the air. It'll be about 3 hours. But I'm gonna try to raid somebody in Twitch. I wish you could raid in YouTube, but then again, there are problems involved. Whew. We don't want a printed word anyway. There we go. Probably in Latin. That's Strauss there, maybe? SCOP, I don't know. I really don't know. DIDANDE. I'm gonna try looking that up. It's probably not even what the letters are. Come on. Oh, you're ticking me off. DIDANDE. That's not even close to what I typed. Didadi, didn't, lidande, adande. Majid, didande. Instagram. Well, I'm going to try this Instagram and see if it will translate. So I can get a... Nope, you don't. Oh, it's gone to the Instagram app. Of course it's not going to. Follow message. I don't see about this account. Coming back in 2020. Alright. Put quotes on it so it will find other things that actually say what I kind of think it said. Might have been just random that somebody's Insta shit account matched my guess. But here they're done the Facebook Defender at Football and Relationship. See, looking things up on YouTube, on Google isn't cheating. Unless you set up the same thing. No searching. Use everything you got. 25 followers on TikTok. I think I will go to my grave without ever having a TikTok account. Vertical video pisses me rather off. If I could watch it on my phone and see the entire... Yeah, there's no... I watch it on my phone without 9 different animated bullshits in the way blocking the image, I would feel differently about it. But I hated Twitter from day one too. I have an account. In fact, I used it. I tweeted to somebody recently. And no, I don't feel like calling it the unsearchable single letter name. Alright, well, they're in the rain. Singing in the rain. It's the Christian church of some stripe or other. Oh, here we go. Nativa. Why would you have writing behind that? Eagle. And what is that, man? The architecture is kind of cool. Okay, that looks like, I don't know. I thought it was maybe an old school video camera. I'm gonna go 2010. Yeah, that car's a little modern. I didn't really peep that one very much. Yeah, those are... I'm adjusting to 2020 probably. And not a clue. Martian... IPEM? Text. Martian. I did it wrong. Let's try again. Martian. IPEM. Institute, Mary, I didn't want Marion. Alright, You changed my goddamn text, you son of a whore. I didn't notice it. I don't like the fact that I use whore and insults like I do. It's just... Alright. Ah, it's Marciani. And maybe a P. A period. And then P-E-M. That might be an R-E-M. I don't want Martini. Opus Marciani. Antique book or other glitter and be the price I pay. She can look to the top of my bald head while I scroll through a foreign language. Oh, this is very cool illustrations. Oh, it's got the Nabisco symbol. It's not really the Nabisco symbol. I can't. Boom mic is in the way. Praised by Copernicus in Book 1. Just say the name of a country. I will try it. Wow. Bishop of Carthage mythology book. Where the hell is Carthage? Carthage. Phoenician colony, Punic Empire. Roman stuff. Alright. Being very slow here. You guys are getting to know me. I'm slow. 20. I wish I could stream it at least 1.25 speed. Because I've listened back to my video on demand and oh boy. It is slow and boring even for me. Even for me. Let's put you not far from Rome. I don't know. Okay, that's a nice grid. How about, there we go, there's a map. Are you gonna register my guess? Yes, you are. Alright, finally trying my guess. 13 years off. Syracuse, Italy. Ooh. 159 out of 200. Not excellent. Okay, isn't there something? Ooh. Oh man, I feel like I've seen this exact photo before. Maybe on this game, but likely not. Station wagon. Parking. Cliff parking, I know. Patrons only. Cliff Terrace patrons. Yeah, this feels like pictures from my family's books back in the earliest 50s, I'd say. American flag on the end of this. Whoa, what are you doing? Suspension bridge. I'm not car smart enough. Yeah. Even just those beginnings of rocket fins on cars, those weren't happening in the 40s, so I'm gonna probably just about 53. No idea what bridge this is. Well, I mean, here we go. Cliff Terrace Bridge. USA. It let me do it. That's weird. Cliff Terrace Street in Birmingham, Alabama. Historic Arch Bridge in New York. Yep. Grand Canyon Skywalk. I just got words here, not pictures. West Rim Grand Canyon, that's where I'm gonna guess. Ah! I've been to the Grand Canyon. Remind me to tell the continue to exist story. Spam jelly! Sorry, I barely have anywhere I can see your chat, but I see you said Merkel. Merkel's a lovely, small, tiny, microscopic town in Texas. Not far from Spam Jelly's stomping ground, so let's try night 1953. I am negative 1 decade. And all right, Grand Canyon. Oh, excuse me. That's not super loud. We're gonna look for the Grand Canyon. It should be this painted desert. Should be some big. Hey Google, what is the nearest large city to the Grand Canyon?
On the website nps.gov, they say, Grand Canyon National Park is located east of Las Vegas, Nevada, north of Interstate 40 in the cities of Williams and Flagstaff, as
Williams and Flagstaff. There's a peak. Oh, I'm just gonna throw it in there. May not even be related to the Grand Canyon. 62, 9 years off. Colorado. What city? Canyon City? Okay, not great, but here's my results. That's not too bad. That's not the worst thing in the world. I'm going to share my results to myself. Oh, why you got to be that way? All right. Well, that's kind of all I planned on doing. Jam Spetty, did you go watch your gamers and come back? Or did you just sleep and come back? Or both? All right. Well, that's beside the point here. I've made quite the mess. One of these days I'm gonna get Spam Jelly to co-host the stream, either by internet video or in person or something. Did you see me kind of make this out of black epoxy sculpt, white epoxy sculpt, and white porcelain? It's got a really cool figure to it. I'm gonna show it again just in case. Man, I'm gonna get some digital photos of that and work with them, because that pattern is something else. I can't see that one very well, and it seems like no matter how I turn it, it stays on the same side. That's weird. Oh, look at that. I love that. I dig it. I dig it. Miracle Jelly. Might be the same one I showed before. I think this one might turn out to be pretty cool. Pretty cool. And it's already, it's not floppy at all. I don't want to test it, but when I watch back the solar white stuff has not stiffened. It's stiffened some. I'm going to try to make a loop out of it. Nope, it's not going to stick to itself at all. It's probably just as well. Although, you know, I seem to be able to lunge it together. Yep, I'm working it without a glove now, but it's okay. Ooh, I could have made it a tesseract. What do you call that thing? Mobius strip. It's gonna It's gonna all faint. That's alright. Try it this way, maybe. Maybe, baby, I'll have poo. And then there's this one, which is going to be rather cookie-like because it's going to be pretty flat on one side. Anyway, now I got white shit on my hands again. Okay, kids and dogs and cats and peoples. It's been 3 hours, 8 minutes. We've had Spam Dilly grace us with his presence on 2 occasions, which is pretty damn excellent. Okay. What can I leave you with? It's kind of long. I sing a cappella songs sometimes. I'm trying to think of a nice short one. Maybe a funny one. Isn't it awfully nice to have a penis? Isn't it frightfully good to have a dong? It's swell to have a stiffy, it's divine to own a dick. From the tiniest little tadger to the world's biggest prick. I think we all know who that refers to. So 3 cheers for your Willie or John Thomas. Hooray for your one-eyed trouser snake. Your piece of pork, your wife's best friend, your Percy or your cock. You can wrap it up in your ribbons. You can slip it in your sock. But don't take it out in public, or they will stick you in the dock, and you won't come back. Thank you very much. I can't do much more than that. Look for an explainer of ranked choice voting and support it any way you can. Unless you just bizarrely don't find any good qualities to it. I remind people, you can continue to vote exactly the same way you do now, even if we change to ranked choice voting. And we could have 3, 4, maybe 5 parties. Anyway, that's as political as I get because my conservatives, my progressives, my you name it, tend to agree it's greatness. Well, that kind of this artwork reminds me of All Day Sucker. And that's what this stream is turning into. I changed the thing. There's some of my newer ones on here that I like a lot. I have to rip things off of my phone, and the ones that are non-rectangular go into this folder. Well, some of them that are. Oh, I wish I could zoom in on that. That's my MC Escher design. Hermit dragons. The Hermitage is the artwork that I actually made with that. That's just a portion of it. And I don't know how well you could zoom in. But they're dragons. And I like them. But the way the tail snakes around and hugs the oddly shaped wing, I need to rework it. I need to change the shape of the wing for one thing. And that will help. So I actually need to rework that, but I've got hard drives like crazy that I need to connect to in order to find the files unless I want to start from scratch, which I kind of don't. All right, I've been mouthing about crimping this off for quite a while. I am still streaming, yes. Here's a dad joke. I bought a pair of shoes from a person who peddles illicit, mind-altering substances. I don't know what she laced them with, but I've been tripping all day. I just got sesquipedalian because when I used to put a drug dealer in the chat on some channels, it wouldn't ban me, but it would delete my comment. So, take care, everybody. Bye, Peter, if you're still around. And bye, Peter, even if you're not still around.